An earthquake has happened in Afghanistan. Afghanistan is already recovering from war and sanctions, so they need our help even more. So please donate. Link that I will be providing in the description below. Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah.
We have one message for America.
Welcome to Afghanistan.
Today's video is about a influencer called Keith Sinclair, who's from the United States, who owns a muscle car and is endeavoring to drive it around the globe. There is one country that he has stopped in that has caused a bit of controversy, and the controversy is coming from none other than the Western countries like America. And the country that he has gone to is, of course, Afghanistan.
I just took this American muscle car through Afghanistan, 20 days there, and now I'm getting a shave with a Pakistani barber.
He spent 20 days there. He met with the locals, met with the shepherds, looked at the lifestyle, learned from the lifestyle, benefited from it. These are all from his own words on his TikTok account. Now what's interesting is if you actually see the way this guy talks and the points that he's mentioning, some are like this.
If you think there's nothing to take away from a society like this, you're absolutely delusional. They have a more communal spirit, they're far less individualistic, they're far less focused on material items because of how much they've struggled. The devotion of the citizens to their religion and the discipline to pray 5 times a day is admirable. You can't argue this. You can't argue about their hospitality and kindness and willingness to take in a complete stranger from another country, from a country that invaded them and occupied their own country.
Yes, indeed, he's talking about gaining from society, the positives of that society, making a distinction between the people and the government. Something that seems pretty logical if you look at the other places people go to. And he makes a very important point, which is he is an American, and America is the primary country that invaded Afghanistan. And if you see some of the rhetoric that's said even in some civilized circles here in the UK, it is that Muslims want to kill the known Muslims, and the examples that they tend to bring is that of Afghanistan. So of course a lot of people have apprehension because of this. However, American influencers are going to Afghanistan, exploring Afghanistan, showing it to be safe, showing it to be hospitable, and then coming back having documented their journey. And that's why you now have certain individuals like Piers Morgan and NBC and CNN who have covered this story.
So justify yourself.
Because I don't agree with some of the rules and regulations.
Well, do you think you're a journalist too or not?
On social media, a growing number of influencers taking viewers inside what they're calling a hot new travel destination, Afghanistan.
A country is not a sum of its politics. It's a sum of so much more. It's a sum of its culture, its history, its food, and especially in Afghanistan, its people.
Is there a chance that you could be, glorifying the Taliban and the leadership here?
When it comes to Piers Morgan, obviously he went straight for the jugular, said it's not right, you're promoting them. CNN said something similar, as did NBC. But like I touched upon before, if tourists were to go to Russia, does that mean that they're somehow supporting Putin? If someone goes to America, does it mean that you are supporting the government of Trump? If you come to the UK, the polls in favour of Keir Starmer are very low. So even British people do not favour the current government. However, if somebody from abroad comes, does it mean that they are automatically sanctioning and promoting the government of the UK? No. Of course not. That's stupid. It's silly. But when it comes to, say, Palestine and Afghanistan, the people are sidelined. Whenever they talk about Palestine and starving the population and bombing the population, the Western media seems to highlight the fact it's obviously a script that Israel has given them, which is, oh, it's Hamas. We don't want the food to get to Hamas. Oh, Hamas are doing this, somehow alienating 2 million people of Gaza. But when it comes to the other countries that I mentioned, no, over there you talk about the people. The government is not reflective of the people, even though ironically they're democracies. So the government is reflective of the people. But still, no, you have to look at the people. Yeah, here are the names of the people. Whenever a Western person is killed in another country, of course, yeah, their name is mentioned. But when it comes to the Palestinians, 72 dead, 150 dead, 200 have died. Yeah, not even been killed or murdered, or died, as if it somehow happened by itself. And somehow these news channels have suddenly grown the morality bone in their body that they have been ignoring throughout the genocide in Gaza. As if we're going to learn morality from your news channels.
The Taliban have banned women from going to the gym, along with any other sports. Are women allowed to work out here?
For now, no. It's restricted from government itself.
So the Taliban's not allowed?
Yeah, but in the near future, we hope.
We're just going to hang by the side and watch them work out. Fun.
How is this reporting when the guy that you're interviewing is going about his life? If you can't go in said place, it doesn't mean you sit there and you make it a point like, this is fun. Ugh. Just stop recording, stupid. However, they want to make it a point that sweaty men aren't exercising with sweaty women. Huh? What? Yeah, with the pheromones going all over the place. They want everybody to adhere to the Western culture of the gym, where people go in with spandex, showing every groove on the person's body.
You go, girl.
Women themselves are taking videos of pervy men, watching them as they exercise. So apparently Afghanistan is not doing this, so damn you. Look, firstly, they don't have to follow your morals and values, because you have to prove that your morals and values are superior and need to be followed. That's the first thing. Secondly, the guy at the gym made it very clear that the gym is not accessible to them yet. Why? Because Afghanistan is still recovering from the mother of all bombs. Yes, that's what it was called when it was dropped there. You know, can you blame them for having to find time to recover from that? And if that's not all, then you've got the sanctions that came afterwards that are affecting the population. So I don't think gyms are top of the list for them. Mostly it's their starving population. And on top of that, like I mentioned at the start of the video, there's now an earthquake there. So when people are already starving, they're already struggling, and now natural disasters are kicking them when they're down, I don't think people are prioritizing going to the gym. Because in order to go to the gym and get those gains, you need to get some protein. And if there is no food, I think gym becomes a bit redundant. So ladies and gentlemen, as the government of Afghanistan gets accepted by other nations and they are ingratiating themselves and they are breaking down that barrier, because that's what people complain. Yeah, there's so many misconceptions. Why aren't they making an effort to get rid of those misconceptions? Oh, when somebody then turns up, apparently even that's not good enough. Yeah, even when they are being quoted as being very hospitable, very respectful, these people are going about their life, making their observations, but that's still not good enough. Heads I win, tails you lose. It seems like that's the deal Afghanistan is being given. So as Afghanistan is building itself, frankly, more support needs to be given. If you think they are doing something wrong, then debate, discuss, give evidence for why your way of life is better than theirs, rather than merely stating, this is how they're treating women. Why aren't they half naked going to the gym in the spandex so some next man can lurk all over her while she films herself and puts it on her OnlyFans account, which she's building up after ending her law career because this is more lucrative.
Good Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Of course, there is issues with the Taliban. Of course, there's an issue with the Syrian government, with the Saudi government, with the British government, with the American government. But that's what it is. And what you then do is you follow the law of the land and you try to rectify that to the best of your ability. And that's what the Afghans are doing.
And there are some, especially women's rights activists, I think, who have spoken out against tourists and American tourists coming here.
Well, what have they said?
Yeah.
What have they said?
Well, that, you're coming here, you're having a lot of fun, there's a certain voyeurism to it because the side you're not seeing is that women are stuck inside their homes, girls are not able to go to school.
Now, when Americans are going there as tourists and they are giving their honest observations, who are you to come and say, yeah, but why aren't you mentioning this or why aren't you mentioning that? So you're saying the next time somebody makes a vlog here in the UK, they have to mention that 4 out of 5 women have been sexually abused. Is that what they have to mention? Do they have to mention that 50% of women in this country are addicted to alcohol and gambling, according to some statistics? Do they have to say that the UK and America are abetting and aiding a genocide that's taking place in our time? Is this something that they have to do when they're making their travel vlogs here? What's with the hypocrisy? I don't understand. But anyway, guys, make sure you support the donation link that I put in the description for the earthquake that's happening in Afghanistan. Let's leave it there, guys. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum.